Hollywood's golden age was built on glamour, elegance, and unforgettable stars. But away from the cameras, some of its biggest actresses were surrounded by surprising personal habits that sparked endless whispers behind studio doors. From overpowering scents to hygiene struggles few fans ever knew about, these stories reveal a side of classic Hollywood rarely discussed. Today, we're uncovering 8 legendary actresses whose off-screen reputations were far different from the image the world admired. Actor number 1: Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was more than a movie star, she was a cultural phenomenon whose image defined an entire era of Hollywood. With her radiant smile, unmistakable voice, and captivating presence, she became one of the most admired women in the world. To audiences, Monroe seemed to embody effortless glamour and confidence. But behind the flashing cameras and red carpet appearances, the reality was far more complex. The pressure of maintaining her image, meeting studio expectations, and living under constant public scrutiny created challenges that few people ever saw. Those who worked alongside Monroe often described her as talented and charismatic, but also deeply exhausted by the demands of fame. Long filming schedules, frequent publicity appearances, and endless media attention left little room for rest. Crew members recalled that she sometimes arrived on set appearing visibly tired after nights of limited sleep, requiring extra preparation before filming could begin. Makeup artists and wardrobe staff often worked overtime to help her look camera-ready, carefully preserving the flawless image audiences expected to see on screen. According to various accounts from people within the industry, Monroe relied heavily on perfumes and beauty products as part of her signature appearance. Under intense studio lighting and long production days, maintaining that image became increasingly difficult. Some insiders claim that the combination of stress, exhaustion, and demanding working conditions occasionally affected how she presented herself behind the scenes. While these stories varied from person to person, they contributed to the many rumors that followed her throughout her career. Actor number 2: Joan Crawford built. Joan Crawford built her reputation on discipline, elegance, and an unwavering commitment to perfection. Throughout Hollywood's golden age, she was admired for her striking appearance, commanding performances, and relentless work ethic. To fans, Crawford appeared polished and in complete control, rarely allowing the public to see anything less than her best. But behind the scenes, maintaining that flawless image came at a cost. The demanding production schedules of the era often placed actors under intense pressure, and Crawford was no exception. People who worked with her frequently described her as incredibly dedicated, sometimes pushing herself through long hours under hot studio lights without complaint. Crew members recalled that she approached every scene with remarkable intensity, refusing to lower her standards even during exhausting productions. However, the combination of physically demanding performances, heavy costumes, and extended filming days often left actors struggling with fatigue and discomfort. Industry insiders occasionally noted that Crawford's determination to keep working through difficult conditions became a topic of discussion among those on set. As one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars, Crawford also faced constant scrutiny regarding her appearance. Makeup artists, wardrobe assistants, and production staff were expected to maintain her carefully crafted image at all times. Reports from the era suggest that long shooting schedules sometimes required frequent touch-ups and wardrobe adjustments throughout the day. These challenges became part of the behind-the-scenes reality rarely seen by audiences, who only witnessed the polished final product on screen. Actor number 3: Ava Gardner. Ava Gardner was widely regarded as one of the most stunning women ever to appear on the silver screen. With her natural beauty, confidence, and unforgettable presence, she quickly became one of Hollywood's most celebrated stars. Audiences admired her elegance and charm, while studios promoted her as the perfect example of classic movie star glamour. Yet behind the spotlight, Gardner lived a fast-paced lifestyle that often contrasted sharply with the polished image seen on screen. Known for her adventurous spirit and active social life, Ava was rarely far from the excitement of Hollywood's nightlife. Friends and industry insiders frequently described her as someone who embraced life to the fullest, attending high-profile gatherings, exclusive parties, and late-night events. While her vibrant personality made her a favorite among many colleagues, the demanding combination of social commitments and professional responsibilities sometimes created challenges behind the scenes. Long nights were often followed by early call times, leaving little opportunity for rest before another day of filming began. Crew members who worked with Gardner recalled that movie productions during that era were physically exhausting. Actors spent hours under powerful studio lights while wearing heavy costumes and makeup. According to various accounts, maintaining a flawless appearance throughout these demanding conditions required constant effort from both performers and production staff. Makeup artists and wardrobe assistants often worked tirelessly to keep stars camera-ready during lengthy shooting schedules. Gardner's busy lifestyle occasionally became a topic of conversation among those working around her, contributing to the many stories that circulated throughout Hollywood. Actor number 4: Bette Davis. Bette Davis was one of Hollywood's most respected actresses, known for her fierce determination, unforgettable performances, and commanding screen presence. Unlike many stars of her era, Davis built her reputation on raw talent rather than glamour alone. Her intense dedication to acting earned her critical acclaim and the admiration of audiences worldwide. But behind the scenes, the demanding pace of her career revealed a much different side of life in classic Hollywood. Davis was famous for her relentless work ethic and willingness to push herself far beyond normal limits. During major productions, she often spent long hours rehearsing scenes, studying scripts, and working closely with directors to perfect every performance. Colleagues frequently described her as highly focused and uncompromising when it came to her craft. While this commitment helped make her one of the industry's most celebrated stars, it also placed enormous physical and mental demands on her throughout her career. Like many performers of the era, Davis worked under conditions that would seem exhausting by modern standards. Studio productions often required actors to remain under intense lighting for hours while wearing heavy costumes and makeup. Industry insiders recalled that the constant pressure of filming schedules left many stars physically drained by the end of each day. Davis, determined to maintain her professional standards, rarely allowed exhaustion to affect her performances. However, those working nearby often witnessed the challenges that came with maintaining such a demanding routine year after year. Actor number 5: Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo remains one of the most mysterious and fascinating figures in Hollywood history. During the height of her career, she captivated audiences with her elegance, striking beauty, and unforgettable performances. Unlike many stars who embraced publicity, Garbo preferred privacy, rarely sharing details about her personal life. This quiet and reserved nature only increased public curiosity, transforming her into a legendary figure whose true personality remained hidden behind the glamour of the silver screen. While fans admired her sophisticated image, people who worked alongside Garbo often described someone who lived by her own rules. She was known for valuing independence and personal comfort over Hollywood expectations, refusing to conform to many of the industry's social norms. Crew members and studio employees frequently remarked that she preferred spending time alone rather than attending the lavish parties and public events that defined celebrity culture during that era. Her desire for privacy sometimes made her appear distant, but it also contributed to the aura of mystery that surrounded her throughout her career. Working conditions in classic Hollywood were often demanding, with actors spending countless hours under powerful studio lights while wearing heavy costumes and makeup. According to various accounts from the period, Garbo approached these challenges differently from many of her peers. Rather than obsessing over maintaining a glamorous image at every moment, she focused primarily on her work and personal comfort. This approach occasionally became the subject of conversation among those who interacted with her behind the scenes, leading to numerous stories and rumors that circulated throughout the industry. Actor number 6: Judy Garland. Judy Garland is remembered as one of the most beloved performers in entertainment history. Her extraordinary voice, emotional depth, and unforgettable role in classic cinema turned her into a global icon at a remarkably young age. To audiences, Garland appeared cheerful, energetic, and full of life. But behind the scenes, the reality of maintaining such success was far more demanding than most people ever realized. The pressure of constant performances, studio expectations, and public attention followed her throughout much of her career. Those who worked with Garland often described her as incredibly hardworking and deeply committed to her craft. From an early age, she was expected to meet exhausting production schedules that required long hours on set and frequent public appearances. Studio-era filmmaking was known for its intense pace, and many performers struggled to balance personal well-being with professional responsibilities. Garland's dedication allowed her to deliver remarkable performances, but the physical and emotional demands of the industry frequently left her exhausted behind the scenes. Crew members recalled that filming under powerful studio lights while wearing elaborate costumes could be physically draining for actors. Long production days often stretched far beyond normal working hours, requiring constant energy and focus. According to various accounts, Garland faced many of the same challenges experienced by other stars of her era, including fatigue and the pressure to always appear camera-ready. While audiences saw confidence and charm on screen, those closest to the productions witnessed the enormous effort required to maintain that image day after day. Actor number 7, Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow was one of the most recognizable stars of Hollywood's golden age, famous for her platinum blonde image, magnetic charm, and confident screen presence. At a time when movie studios carefully crafted the appearance of their biggest stars, Harlow stood out as a symbol of glamour and sophistication. Audiences admired her beauty, wit, and ability to command attention whenever she appeared on screen. Yet behind the polished image that captivated millions, life in Hollywood was often far more demanding than fans could imagine. Maintaining Harlow's signature look required constant effort. Studio productions placed enormous importance on appearance, and actors were expected to spend countless hours preparing for each scene. Hair styling, makeup applications, wardrobe fittings, and promotional events became a regular part of everyday life. Industry insiders often recalled that preserving a star's public image required a dedicated team working behind the scenes. For performers like Harlow, the pressure to remain flawless at all times was relentless. The filming process itself added another layer of difficulty. Long shooting schedules, intense studio lighting, and repeated takes could leave actors physically exhausted by the end of the day. Crew members from the era frequently spoke about the demanding conditions faced by performers who were expected to look perfect regardless of fatigue. Various stories circulated throughout Hollywood regarding the challenges stars encountered while balancing personal comfort with professional expectations. Like many major celebrities of her time, Harlow became the subject of countless rumors that blurred the line between reality and legend. Despite the speculation that surrounded her career, Jean Harlow's influence on Hollywood remains undeniable. Her unique style helped define an era of cinema, inspiring generations of actresses who followed.